Hello, my name is Maria, a musician, composer, singer, and a mentor in the field of energy work and consciousness. About 6 years ago, I experienced an injury where the retina of my left eye detached. But it was not only the retina. It was also the layer of blood vessels under it. I also have a genetic eye disorder, which would make things even more complicated. Have you ever felt this special nuance of compassion mixed with hopelessness? I truly think that that's what people feel about other people who have just a couple of months of life left. Well, back then, each time I'd visit the next eye specialist to find out if anything can be done about my eye, I'd have that experience on my way out. I even remember one of them not accepting me to pay for my visit because he felt so bad about not being able to do anything to help. Finally, I could meet one of the best specialists in my country, and he took the challenge with me. And I had a surgery, and I ended up with a good dose of silicone oil in my eye to hold the retina in place. Now, that was just the beginning. For the next 6 years, I lost most of my vision. And every time I'd go out in the sun, my breath would stop. Because I've developed an extreme light sensitivity, and I couldn't bear the sunlight. I had to deal with high eye pressure and developed secondary glaucoma. It was a very tricky situation, and my doctor wanted to keep the silicone in my eye for as long as possible because taking it out would carry the risk of another retina detachment. But I was holding high pressure, and for the most part, traditional medicine would mostly be able to support my process with more surgeries that were seemingly supposed to help with pressure dropping down. But for that, they'd have to cause more trauma on my already fragile eye system. If you know me, you'd know that I am all about wholeness. I believe that the less we interfere with the wholeness of a system, the better. So I did my best to not go there. Instead, I was winning time, trying to help myself with the tools I already had. However, my life changed completely. I didn't have a lot of vision before, but now I almost lost it all. I couldn't bear the sunlight, and I gained weight because I couldn't do any sports, while before the injury, I was training almost every day. It felt like a trap. One day, my doctor finally said, "Let's get that silicone out." And so he did. And my retina was stable now, and I'm so grateful for what he did. However, I cannot receive additional treatment because of my genetic condition. I have a couple of friends, and often we are a good working team together. They have a healing center, and one of them literally buys all Spooky2 and MiraMate products. But they have so much work that often he simply doesn't have the time to examine some of them. So one day he handed me the MiraMate LightPath cold laser to examine it and let him know all I could find out about it. As I was gathering data and reading about the LightPath, I ran into mini magic. And believe it or not, from the first moment I knew that this was going to be my saving ground. I felt excited and inspired and grateful that such a thing even existed. Because I knew that this is exactly what I need, and that it can meet me where I am now. About a month after my silicone removal surgery, I received my mini magic. And of course, I started using it right away. I was so curious. So I did 1 half-hour treatment that night, and went to bed. The next morning, half awake, as I went to the bathroom, I startled as the bathroom door suddenly jumped in front of my face. Wow! I didn't expect to see it at all. And that was after just one half-an-hour treatment? Guess what I did next? That's right. Took the MiraMagic, put it on, went back to bed. Ever since then, I show up every single day and let the MiraMagic do its magic on me. It's extremely easy to work with, and it's very accessible, which is one of the most important things for a person with low vision or no vision at all. So I use the single coils like that, or like that. And for my eyes, I also use the quad coils like that, because on the back of the head there are many acupuncture points and a lot of innervation related to the eyes. When holding chronic high eye pressure, there can be a lot of stiffness in places like the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, and even the lower back, because everything in the body is connected. So for the first 2 weeks, I totally let MiraMagic repair every part of me that felt bad. I even slept on it a couple of nights, placing it under the bedsheet along my spine. And here's what I notice. 1. When my eye pressure rises up a bit, I run MiraMagic for 1 cycle, which is about half an hour, and my pressure drops down right away. There are so many benefits to that and that alone. So if I only get to have my eye pressure stabilized, it's already awesome. And yes, I am actually able to correct my eye pressure with MiraMagic. And I notice that in time, the window in between moments of rising pressure widens as my state stabilizes more and more. And that leads me to number 2. I notice that healing accumulates. It has a progressive quality and happens in layers. And you know what? This is the natural mechanism of our system. It's how the body naturally restores itself when it has an access to enough of life force or energy. And after the 2nd week, I noticed a constant change in my energy levels. 3. Another thing is that now I'm actually able to sense in my body how much treatment I need and where do I need healing now. It's as if my body learned to interact with and understand the language of MiraMagic, and so now I let my daily treatment timing be guided by my own body sensation and need. 4. I notice that my body continues healing on its own for a few days after healing has been triggered. I know that because I happened to treat 2 spots on my back for 1 day only. The next day, they felt better. And the day after, even better, although I just didn't take care of them for some time. 5. My vision is not getting stronger, but it is getting clearer, and it happens because the trauma of my eye heals on all levels. So I'm simply planning to keep on doing the work and see what happens. Here's what I want to say now. I deeply respect the work, thought and consciousness behind MiraMagic and, in fact, all MiraMate products. I feel that it holds the intention of healing back to wholeness. I feel held in that intention as I treat myself with MiraMagic, and that brings me a sense of self-empowerment. This is big, and it is my perfect reason to buy and support products like this one, because this is the true human care that holds responsibility and space for life, that gives not to take. but to give life to life. Let's own back our life, one mini magic at a time.